this time. Thank you for joining me a little bit early because I wanted to make sure this was all working. It's a bit finicky getting this multi-stream thing working, but hopefully it's all working okay. Let's just have a look here. If you can see me okay, let me know where you're chatting from, and apparently I've got to sign into chat. Oh dear. Anyway, let me know where you're opening web browser. Let's have a look here. Where you're watching from, on what kind of streaming platform you're on, and that's so weird. Hopefully, yeah, I could be able to see, and yeah, come say hello. 3 minutes. Jacob, I am trying multi-streaming, so I'm on TikTok, I'm on Kick, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitch. Oh, and you can see it's on the screen as well, so there we go. YouTube, obviously the main one. That was the one that went wrong last time. It worked on all of them except YouTube, which is a bit useless. There's another one on as well. I can't even remember. So, yeah, I've got the live chat going as well. So whenever you guys chat, it will show up on the screen, which is pretty awesome. And what platform you're from. So welcome to anyone who is from a different platform. If anyone actually watches from any other platform. But that'll be, yeah, welcome. My name's Simon. And yeah, we'll be doing some Amazon FBA sourcing today on Cogita. So, hey Michael, how's it going? And hopefully you guys can see it on the screen. The chat is on there. So, yeah, loving the stream. Thank you. Only 1 out of 2 hearts though. So it's a 50% like. So yeah, we'll wait for a few more people to join. I have no idea how many people are watching right now, but and we are a little bit early. Let me just put out a quick message to let everyone know that we are live. Oops, and everyone are live. I should have put all the different stream platforms as well. Oh dear, what am I doing here? Totally messing this up. There we go. This makes for terrible streaming. So disorganized. And then I realized last minute I didn't have the whole setup thing for showing my screen, so I had to quickly create that. But yeah, it looks like it's all working okay. So wait till 8 o'clock, and it's now. Hey 8K, how's it going? Hey Michael Kennedy, how's it going? Hey Lord, for Quad, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, Empire. Thank you as well. So brand new streaming setup, guys. We're multi-streaming. So if you'll be able to find me as FBA Mogul on TikTok, Kick, Twitch, all of them basically. Twitter, Instagram. Probably repeating myself now. Yeah, so I thought I'd just give this a go, and hopefully we get some more audience and more people participating. So for those of you that don't know, where did Simon go? What does that mean? Is it you guys can see me okay, yeah? Can see the chat on screen now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Michael's saying, may I help to grow? Okay. Maybe we're yeah, another time maybe. Yeah, hi Vipers, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we've got the chat on the screen. I don't know if we can change it so it stays on for longer. Let me have a quick look at the settings quickly. Hide delay, chat delay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hide delay. Oh, we can probably have the delay a little bit, like 30 seconds or 20 seconds. We'll try like 25 seconds. Okay, I think that might do it. So okay, thanks Michael. We're doing a stream now, so I appreciate the sales pitch. Or I see, but don't fancy the sales pitch. Thanks on the other turn. Thank you though, do appreciate it. But yeah, no, thank you. Hey Berts, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. You guys, oh, that didn't show up. That chat. Have I broken it? Oh, I think I see what the problem is. Hey Bocage, how's it going? Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. That seems to be okay. Yeah, I think I just changed the. Anyway, so this is all fun and games using something called Streamlabs to do this whole like multi-stream thing. And yeah, so quick introduction for those that don't know me. My name's Simon. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller in the UK, although not if I don't keep buying any more stock. But that's why today we're going to be doing some sourcing and trying to find some deals on Cogita. So for those of you that don't know, Cogita is a wholesale platform where you can buy from multiple different wholesalers from all over the EU. We're going to be using a combination of Cogita Price Drops, and Arbisource. So there's links for all of these in the description. So I'll wait for a few more people to jump in, and then we'll get started. And by the way, guys, if you've got any questions you want to ask me about Amazon FBA, whether you're starting, is the Twitter chat working? Yes, it is, Empire. There you go, you can see it. So I don't know what this is going to look like on Instagram or anything like that. So, which is more a vertical. Oh, I don't know if it's even live, actually. I think I need to press live to go on. There we go. I think we're now live on Instagram as well. But yeah, it's not going to be probably very good for like vertical screen, whatever, screens. Anyway, so this is just a total mess. So anyway, bit of fun and games. So how's the sales? Just clearing stock? Yeah, pretty good. So I've sold I saw a little uptick in perfumes with Valentine's Day coming. I saw a few extra things going on. So yeah, that was pretty good. My sales are still pretty low, but my sales are pretty good. My profit's quite low. I'm clearing some old stock, so I need to get sourcing. I'm trying to move into more wholesale now. I'm waiting on that wholesale account to open, actually. It's taking a while. I chased them today to see what was going on. So we'll see. And then, need to get back onto ordering from Cogita. So, someone's watching me on their TV while drinking a Corona. So that's pretty awesome. Hey, Thomas, how's it going? So welcome to the new setup with a chat on the... Hopefully that's not too annoying, the chat there. But yeah, so what we'll do is I'm going to move this over slightly and we'll get sourcing. And God, I think I'm going to be a bit rusty, actually. I'm not sure. Let me just figure out how I'm going to do this quickly. So we got this here. Then I'll bring the browser up. And then let me switch to Talking Head. So hopefully you guys can now see a different screen here. I'm on the Talking Head. Hopefully the chat should be coming up. Why is the chat not working? Maybe it needs to be above. There we go. Cool. Although I can't see it now. Okay, this is going to be really annoying, actually. I didn't think this one through. Yeah, okay. I want to be able to see the chat while I'm doing this. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to keep looking over. So let me just keep... Profit Sweep's on the line. So yeah, I do apologize. This stream's a little bit all over the place right now because I'm just trying to figure out this... Oh, that's not good as well, that chat on the white background. Let's just go back to the full screen camera for now. It's a bit of a mess right now with the white text, so I'll have to fix that. But yeah, it's all fun and games. So let's catch up with the chat anyway. So Profit Sweep, thanks for joining us. Spence, assuming that's you. Profit Sweep, by the way, is a fantastic Discord community for Amazon FBA sellers, so you go and check that out. Hey Brad, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. AK says I have some stock of items which have sold well. Do you think I should lower the price and make it a loss? Yeah, if you want to get your money back, absolutely I mean, it depends. Look at the history of the product. So yeah. I never like selling stuff for a loss, but if it's a lost cause, then I guess sometimes you have to. Oh yeah, of course, Jacob, you can have the shout out. I need to do that. So Jacob has just launched his new service called Returnify. Is that right? Sorry. I've totally been so busy recently. I've totally been sleeping on this. But we'll it is Returnify, yeah. So we'll do you an announcement, don't worry. An official one in the server. But yeah, in fact, what I'll do is I'll throw you out a link in the chat for everyone to see. So there we go. There you go. That will go out if you want to check it out. So let's have a look at catch up with the chat quickly. So everyone's on YouTube, which is awesome. But yeah, we're on the multiple platforms today. So Thomas is saying, waiting to be allowed to sell hazmat so I can get rid of these 20 items. Don't think of getting red. Think of it as profiting from. But yeah, it won't take long. It takes 7-10 days at most to register for hazmat on Amazon. And I don't know a single person that's been denied. I don't know why they make you jump through this hoop. They essentially register and apply, and then no one ever gets rejected. But yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Thomas. So Empire saying, when you're trying to open wholesale accounts, do you say that you sell on Amazon or you try and keep it hidden? So I'm too honest for my own good. I'm not a really big fan of having this whole like. I know there is a strategy of like don't mention whatever you do, don't mention you sell on Amazon. For me, it just seems like if they don't want Amazon sellers, then I'd probably. So when I opened this one account, I spoke to the guy on the phone. I said, look, I'm an Amazon seller. They said that's cool, no problem. We've got other Amazon sellers, so that's fine. I think I'd always be honest and say, look, I'm an Amazon seller. And if they say, oh, we don't like Amazon sellers, I'd probably just try and dig into why. It's like, why don't you like Amazon sellers? Have you had bad experiences in the past? Were people messing you around, all that kind of thing? So that's what I'd end up probably doing, and just trying to figure out like what I can do to alleviate their concerns of being in like an Amazon seller. I think the other thing as well is maybe it helps just to say, hey, we do Amazon and other platforms as well. So that's maybe a little bit of a white lie, but you can say, oh, I do eBay, or you can see other platforms. I mean, you don't have to go specifically, but ideally if you do Shopify, eBay, things like that, which you can set all that kind of stuff up anyway. So, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of like, because then if you lie about it and they catch you, it just seems like a pain. So, yeah, it is absolutely Curtis. It's all trial and error, absolutely. So Michael says no, in the spare room with a organic cordial and snappy fish. It's cool. I've got here I've got my 7-Up. So yeah, it's all good. Yep, shout out for Returnify. So yeah, Returnify, by the way, guys, I wasn't planning on giving you a shout out, but I'm happy to do so. Oh, you guys have stopped chatting. Hope it's all working okay. Basically a platform where he'll basically deal with all your returns. So all those that's the worst part of Amazon as far as I'm concerned. Pretty much is dealing with returns that come back and you have to like grade them and send them back, or as I do, just chuck them in a pile and forget about them. So Jacob will deal with those. He'll obviously try and send them back to Amazon if he can. He'll eBay them if he has to. And things like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good service, and yeah, I need to send all my stuff to him. So yeah, it's a sorely needed service, and yeah. AK, are you able to read the comments of Insta and all the others? Yes, I think I can read them all, mate. It should all be coming through. If you want to message me on Instagram, and we can test that theory. But yes, in the chat, it should be popping up with the. Why is this not working? Yeah, it should be working. Can you guys see me okay, yeah? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was hoping, is the chat not coming on the screen? Okay, it is. There we go. Cool. Yeah. I'm still getting used to this whole process, so yeah, absolutely. And hopefully you guys are all entered for the I will actually hopefully we'll get to some sourcing in a minute, but I need to sort that chat thing out. But yeah, hopefully, what was I going to say? I've totally lost my train of thought. We'll go back to the chat anyway. So where Spence is saying when Dubai. Yeah, I need to get back to Dubai. Looking at end of the month actually. So yeah, £45 roast dinner. Well, the last one I had cost me like £90 or something. So yeah, no, £70. So absolutely got screwed on that one. The one time we split the bill, I go for like the smaller meal. Anyway, it's good. It's a good roast dinner though. So Thomas says, how many of your items are replenishable generally? Right now, none essentially. In the past, I've had some good replens, but right now I haven't got actually any replens right now, so it's kind of bad really. Hopefully with wholesale, this would be more replenishable. But yeah, basically when I went onto sort of Quigita and started doing that for Q4, I was all on Q4 focus. So obviously a lot of those, some of them can be replenished maybe, but mainly just kind of a one-time thing for Christmas. But yeah, if you can get the replens going, getting 3, 4, 5, 10 replens going, then it brings you like a good amount of money every month. So 8K just text on Insta. It should, I don't know, maybe it's not working, I don't know. Oh wow, I've got loads of people watching on Instagram. Weird. Okay, cool. Titchymeister, multi-streaming. Yeah, that didn't show up, I don't think. I don't know why that's not showing up Instagram, but I'll keep an eye on that as a separate chat. But I'm paying for this software called Streamlabs to do all this for me, because I didn't want to set it up on OBS by myself, because I don't have the time or the inclination to do it, and it's failing me. So bad Streamlabs. That's my future sponsorship collaboration gone there with Streamlabs. But there we go. Thank you, baby Lexi Kiss, for following on TikTok. Is that? I don't know. I don't know what the icon means. Oh, I'm showing my age now. So, yeah, comments on there. Just having a quick look quickly. Cool. So, yeah, any questions you got about Amazon? And then I'll quickly try and figure out if we can sort out this. Okay, yeah, I see the text color there. So I should be able to sort that out. Streamlab is good. It's basically, yeah, it is OBS. Yeah, absolutely. So it's just like a skin over it that you pay for. So, but yeah, for some reason I can't see the chats from Instagram. So I don't know why that is. I can see the Twitter ones and the YouTube ones and the Kick ones as well. But apparently not Instagram. So, it's all good. Yeah. Unless, Instagram might be behind because I started it too late. You have to do it, set it manually. And I think maybe it's like miles behind actually on Instagram. So that could be why. So they may come up at some point in the future. Okay. We'll see. Anyway. So Profit Sweep, Spence is saying he's back on the 18th. Can we put a picture of Spence up on the screen? So Spence is back on the 18th. Nice. I'm hopefully going to be... Oh, the 18th of this month. Okay, cool. It's not very far away. Spence said you can stay in his bed. So non-replen sounds like it would give me anxiety. If you're good at finding deals, then it shouldn't. You know, I've always been able to find deals to sell. So, yeah, it's never been an issue for me, really. It's nice to have the replens. Do they stay, like, exclusive for very long? Not often. My best last replan was those sneakers, which I was able to replan for, I don't know, 6 months. I can't even remember. A long time, basically. So they were pretty awesome. Welcome to Stay in the Bedroom. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's no bed in there, is there? So, hey, okay. Top 5 brands to ungate ready for Q4 2025. Sure. Oh, thanks for the content. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Versace is one of them. Moschino is another one. I'm just going to do some like perfume brands. Armani is another one. What else is there? Oh, God, I can't even think now. I'd have to look at my SDK. Those are 3 anyway. Versace's like a massive one, so that's a big one. I have to think about that. Yeah, it's put me on the spot actually. If you can literally make like enough to buy like a brand new car from Versace alone. So just that brand alone is like enormous. I've probably just given up all the secrets there, but yeah, if you can get enough of that stuff, you can literally the sales volumes of Versace, those little gift sets and stuff, are just crazy. What did I don't know. I've done loads of Jean Paul Gaultier is another one. Potentially is pretty good. Yeah, plenty to choose from. So all those kind of like perfume aftershave brands do pretty well. Thomas can't hear the stream over my noisy toddler. Well, you just put the toddler outside. It's fine. What's making you want to do wholesale instead of private label? Private label is just a whole another kettle of fish and requires a lot more effort than wholesale. I think wholesale for me is the natural progression, because I'm quite lazy and I want to focus on doing the YouTube as well and the Discord community and the education side. Wholesale seems like the natural progression for me. Yeah, exactly. 5 million sellers on Versace. I'm going to increase the chat thing quickly. So for me, it's just kind of like seemed like the natural thing that I wanted to do. I'm going to do 40 seconds. Yeah. So and then I'm not saying I won't go into private label, but it's a lot more work to do private label. You have to build a brand. You have to find the products. You have to do advertising. And while it's all really good skills to learn, just not really something I want to focus on right now. Wholesale for me seems pretty good. And the good thing as well with that is I can teach people how to do wholesale once I've learned it. So for all you guys that are doing like Brad or whoever doing like OA now, and hopefully in a year or two, you'll be, looking to maybe progress into wholesale potentially. So I'll be able to teach you guys how to do that, maybe even share a few suppliers. So yeah, that'll be, yeah, that's why basically. So, but yeah, I think it's fine if you want to go to private label, no problem. And I think right now a lot of the wholesale like courses and stuff out there are all like pretty rubbish. So if I can learn how to do it and actually teach you guys properly, that'll be pretty good. Yeah, a lot of those guys that do courses and stuff on wholesale are all like theoretical and just open accounts with like really crap wholesalers. So to actually like learn how to do it properly would be quite good to be able to teach you guys. Yeah. So, but then you got guys like flipping at 30, he still do OA and make 3-4 times the amount of money I make, if not more. So you can still do that. I mean, I think he does a little bit of wholesale, but yeah, yeah. So Jacob says the sofa in the maid's room is well comfy. So yeah, in Dubai, basically a lot of these homes they have like it might be a 4-bedroom home or apartment, but it's actually 5-bed because it's got a maid's room. It's like a tiny little box room where the maid lives. No windows. Just stick them in there. So, no, it's a little bit controversial, let's put it like that. But yeah. So Money Hunter says, in short, best way to start. Get your Amazon account set up. Get a separate bank account going. Join my Discord community. There'll be a link for that in the description. It's free. Get sourcing. Essentially, this whole thing is driven by sourcing, and you need to learn how to source. Start doing, if you like going out and about, then doing retail arbitrage, so going to stores, scanning products is a good way. Or if you prefer to be sat in front of a computer like me, then you can do online arbitrage and buy from online stores. And it also depends how much money you've got as well to start with. You need like a minimum of like £1,000, pretty much £1,000, £1,000. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just keep reinvesting the money. It's actually such a simple business in theory. Obviously in practice, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's pretty simple. You buy for a low price and sell for a high price. It's just finding those low priced items. So, yeah, so Snappy says got 2 of those. What maids? So 5, yeah. Let me catch up with the chat. I don't know why the delay is. Yeah, it's not. I said it for 40 seconds. It's not staying on there for 40 seconds. I don't know. Anyway, I could stray on those paths. So sounds like a prison. Exactly, Brad. No, it's not too bad really. So Charlie is saying he does about 50k wholesale revenue and had my main listing snatched off me by Amazon today. Going PL now. Yeah, exactly. That is an issue. So every single whether it's OA, RA, private label or wholesale, they all have their own problems. A lot of people have this misconception that private label is literally like the golden egg that has no problems whatsoever and is going to be like printing you money. But honestly, private label, there are some ruthless people who get into private label who will they'll negative review your listings, they'll try and steal your trademark, they'll jump on your listings, they'll buy your stock and return it damaged. They do every dirty tactic under the sun on private label. So you think that it's like, oh, it's just really easy buying a product, rebranding it, selling it, whatever. But no, you run into all these issues that you get. And yeah, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Essentially, it can be very profitable. Don't get me wrong, but you run into some really dirty tactics from people. I mean, even to the extent of Amazon doing a dirty tactic and seeing that your private label product's doing, and I thought they'd stop doing this, but apparently they haven't. But if you've got a really successful private label product, they will literally find out where you're sourcing it from, get the price driven down, and sell it for like half the price, and then even stop your listings getting views and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty rare. You have to be doing a pretty big listing for that, but just to show you that I still think private label is a really good way to do things, but it's not perfect, let's put it like that. So and what I'm going to do again, just change I'm just tweaking the settings here, and I don't kind of want the chat to disappear really. Let's go for 2 minutes, that way I can actually see it on the screen. Yeah, and then obviously wholesale, that has an issue of, for example, Amazon might jump on the listing, they might, and they can obviously have way better buying power than you when it comes to that kind of thing. So yeah. I know another guy as well who did wholesale, bought an entire pallet of units and a listing that was about 4 or 5 years old. And then the listing got restricted overnight, and now he's stuck with this pallet of stuff that he can't sell. So yeah, but you've got to deal with these things. It's all understanding the risks. So OA and RA have their own problems as well. Yeah, so that sucks, doesn't it, Charlie? 3,000 sales a month. Oh, that's awful. Well, I guess the other thing with this as well is you've got to move on to the next thing. Nothing with Amazon ever lasts. That's one thing I've learned. Whether you're doing OARA, wholesale, even private label, nothing ever lasts. So you've always got to be thinking. It's always good to have these ones that do really well on these replans or a private label product you can restock. But you've always be looking for that next one, because literally maybe one of your ones that you've got right now could disappear. So you've always going to be moving forward and growing and expecting those kind of bad things. I'm just going to change the chat to go, that's awful. I don't like that whatsoever. Can I just make it taller? Yeah. Oh, God, no. I'm trying to change the chat. Never mind. I'll deal with that later. So, let me, we'll keep asking questions if you want. That's pretty awesome. I do like sitting here answering questions, not God, I'm so tired. But we'll do some sourcing in a second as well, and I'll sort out that chat. So I've got my first PL sample now. 1,000 spent pre-launch. I've heard PL horrors. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it is the way forward. I think wholesale PL are the kind of like longer term solutions, but yeah, you just have to know the horror stories as well. So 8K, yeah, so 8K does some private label, put the effort in over time, something bad happens, yeah. So it's all lessons as well. So so Charlie, so here we go, like, Charlie's doing wholesale, but also looking to do more OA. So, but concerned about account health issues. I mean, if you source the right products from the right sites, then it shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. And don't forget, account health is based on sales. Well, obviously, a lot of things like how many claims you get, IP claims, auth claim stuff. But it's you can improve your health by getting sales volume, essentially. So sell lots of units, and you can end up with like an account health of like 999, and then even getting like 5 auth claims. Like I've had like 5 auth claims at one time. My account was still going strong. So yeah, and I'm not at 999 health. I'm way less than that. It's a factor of like age of the account, how many good sales you got under your belt, things like that. So you'd be fine. Yeah, Amazon's a hamster wheel, but it's a hamster wheel that prints money. So yeah. So Charlie says, what about number of sellers on listing? I've seen some listings, 67 sellers on. Just don't do those listings. So again, another thing you need to learn is that you might see a really good product from a site that's like heavily sourced. I personally just don't buy from there unless you're willing to hold the stock for a long time. So it's not just like finding the right product, it's finding the right product from the right site and the right place. And it's fine to have 60 to 70 sellers on a listing, or not fine, but it's like more acceptable if that is like a 4,000 or 5,000 SPM listing. Then you're like, well, I can hold out for the price to come back or whatever, or you're happy to share the sales. Obviously, it depends like how replenishable the item is, things like that. So but yeah, avoid those ones. And you can look at the history. You can see a lot of these ones where the 60, 70 people on a listing. You look at the history and you'll see it goes up and down like a roller coaster, because it goes through this cycle of like everyone jumps on it, 67 people, then it goes back down again and the price goes up, and everyone jumps back on it again. It's like a constant cycle. And you can see that these things often go through cycles of like every 3 months. So you can then know like, oh, if I wait 3 months, then the price will come back, everyone will jump off. But then when the price goes back up, you've got a limited window to sell before everyone jumps back on it again, thinking it's the new hottest thing. But actually, you can see these cycles it goes through over time. So, 70 sales is a lot. But yeah, you get the idea anyway. FBA Redford saying private label was the way. So that's you, Adam. We'll be selling my brand for 6 figures. That's the other advantage of private label, is if you build up a good brand, a brand that's growing and has good sales, you can get a nice multiplier out of it. Now, I'm not sure exactly what multipliers private label go for, but probably maybe 2 to 3x of your yearly profit is probably what you'd be able to get, depending on, again, the growth and stuff. It's not just the profit, it's growth and potential as well. And if they maybe see if there's any mistakes you're making, but where they can like push the growth. But yeah, maybe 2 or 3x potentially. So if you can get your private label product making you like 300 grand a year, you could potentially sell that for like £1 million exit, which is pretty awesome. So yeah. In fact, there were a lot of these like aggregator companies during COVID and stuff who were buying up all these private label brands and then like driving them into the floor. So yeah, but they were buying them for kind of big multiples. So we'll look. So Just Brad saying auth claims can only be a temp account health ding until you sort it out and engage with it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To be fair, that all these things disappear after 6 months, but yeah, obviously just deal with it. Basically, fight it and you'll be fine. So Charlie's saying I've got 2 auth claims that I can get rid of even with the brand invoices. There you go. Oh, can't? Oh, you mean you can or can't? Yeah. I'm with Johnny Tufber at the moment. He does unreal numbers. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's some people who do some crazy numbers in private label. So AK just got a customer message saying he has one of my PL products and that he wants me to buy from him. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Shout to Adam, decent guy. Yeah, exactly. So Adam is a private label guy. Check him out. He's in my Discord community, so you can always tag him. It's at Adam something or other. Anyway, yeah, if you want to get any private label questions. So, yeah, let me just check the old Instagram. Yeah, I just don't think the comments are coming through. But I've got 3 viewers on Instagram though, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah. How are we doing on YouTube? 31. Right, anyway, let's actually do some sourcing. I'm going to just quickly go over to Talking Head again, and that's going to cause like a crazy thing there, so let's remove that off. And I'm going to just change the chat. What is the background of Cogita? If we go to a brand, do this. So what I'm going to do is change the chat box settings here to oh god, this is not good. There we go. Cool, so the chat now should be black text. So Naomi saying, do you play Fortnite? No, I don't. Hey, Flipping Cars, thanks for joining us. Oh, heard that Johnny isn't that good. So Charlie says your Discord's OA focused. I could do with learning more. Yeah, it is. I mean, I basically just teach basically from my own experience, and it's mainly OA. But we could talk about all stuff. It's it's basically everything. So, but yeah, if you want like help actually sourcing and stuff, it's mainly OA. But a bit of wholesale with Cogita. So hopefully you guys can see the screen here. What we're going to do here, we're going through some scans that I've done earlier, and we'll do some sourcing. So this is results from Cogita price drops. There's a link in the description for that. So let me just see. Can I pop out the chat somehow? Probably not. It's a widget somehow. Anyway, I'm still learning this thing. I want to put the chat on the screen. In fact, I can do. I can get the. How am I going to do this? You guys can see the chat. I just can't. So. It just looks awful. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the chat from the screen because it just looks awful. And we'll go back to that later. Okay, cool. Instagram wasn't working. Okay, weird. I'll have to look into that then. Seems to be okay for me. But anyway, cool. There's going to be some teething problems. It's fine. So first thing, so what I've done here is I've done a CSV file from Cogita price drops. Link for that in the description, by the way. And what I've done is I put it's been a while since I used Arbisource. Arbisource has had a bit of an upgrade actually, so we'll give Arbisource a little review here. So Arbisource, by the way, is some software that lets you scan for, well, you can do wholesale scan, you can do A to A, you can do all sorts of stuff to find deals. So they've got the new A to A section, they've got the price drops, they've got the replenishables. One thing I want to say, by the way, if you go to recommended services, look, this is amazing new service on the right hand side here. So thank you to Arbisource for putting that up there for me, which is pretty sick. So hey Oscar, how's it going? Thanks for joining us on the live stream. So yeah, what we'll do is we're going to do some looking through some of the results here and see if we can find some profitable deals. So I'm probably a little bit rusty on the old RB source and sourcing, but we'll go for sort of like £1. We'll go for £1 profit. We'll keep it nice and like broad for now. Minimum £1 profit, 15% ROI. We're going to exclude results of that buy box as well, and that'll probably just do for us for now. And then we're going to be looking for any profitable deals here. So let me just zoom in. Okay, and we'll go from here. And what we'll do is we'll sort this by, we'll go by monthly sales. I like fast selling items. So Maybelline right now, I think this is hard gated for new sellers, this brand. But it means if you're, if you can already sell it, it could be kind of profitable. So £5.29 is the buy price. We've already got this in as a, let me zoom in as well so we can see here. So we can see here on the left, £5.29 is the buy price. That's including VAT. The sell price is $11.99. So a few things that are popping up to me well, red flags and green flags. So far, it's all green flags. 2,000 sales a month. I mean, this is what your dreams are made of, essentially. I see $11.99, but we need to confirm that price is like sustainable. Obviously, the profit £1.88, 35% ROI. Looking pretty good, but before we go ahead and buy loads of these, we actually need to go down and have a look at the price history and just make sure it's not too inflated. So we can see here on this one that in the past 3 months, for whatever reason, this product has gone from, and then we're looking at the middle chart here, it's gone from 50 sales a month to 300 to 600 to 700 to 1,000 up to 3,000. Let's dip that down to 2,000. So there's a risk here that this could suddenly drop down again. I don't know why in the past 3 months this has suddenly gone up. Now, for something like this, I imagine what might have happened is like an influencer has like promoted it and then it's gone kind of crazy. But the problem with these like influencer driven products is they kind of like become really popular for a short time and then they kind of disappear or drop down. So we might end up back again where it's like less than 50 sales per month. Although saying that though, this is actually a fairly new product. So it's only 120 days old. So maybe this product actually is just going to be, popular. Just pointing out potentially the risks that come along with these. So I'm not saying it's a red flag. It's just something to consider. The other thing as well is this price of like $11.99 looks a little bit inflated. I mean, it's very hard to say on only 120 days of data. We like to have a bit more data than that. So there is a risk here that this could end up going down to like a really low price. So, this has been around sort of the £8.89 price. So if we put that in, we can see like what I would say is like worst case scenario is like 78p profit, which, guys, I like my worst case scenario to be like break even. At worst, and then obviously my upside is to be profitable. So to be at 78p profit on my sort of like worst case, that's pretty good. Although obviously, keeping in mind that we haven't got a huge amount of data here. So this is all the stuff I'm looking at when I'm analyzing a product. So with this one, it all looks good. The only real issue with this product really right now is that it's not got a huge amount of history. So in that regard, there's a slightly higher risk that we might buy this and then it just kind of like the price goes down. Amazon might just come in and sell this for like $4.99, and in which case you're basically screwed. So hopefully that's kind of like explaining that to you guys. Let me just catch up with the chat. Hopefully that you all understood that. So you can look at the buy box dominance as well. I don't normally look at the buy box percentages. However, I did get a little bit burned at Christmas on this, where Amazon just refused to share the buy box on some listings. But sometimes it's very hard to know how the buy box percentage is going to react, because I've been on listings where a brand new seller's come on and they've just dominated me on the buy box, and I've got nearly 3 years of sales experience under my belt on my account health history. I've got plenty of account health. I've got loads of stock in. I've got loads of reviews, and for whatever reason, this new seller is just dominating me on the buy box. So oftentimes you just don't know what Amazon are going to do when it comes to like the buy box. So you can look at that stuff. I don't normally look at it, but you can look at buy box percentage. You can say Amazon are doing 72 and they're not really sharing it a huge amount. But the good thing here is it's such high sales per month that even at like 5%, you're still getting whatever, 5% of 2,000. It's like 100 sales per month. So it's still pretty good, isn't it? So it is something to consider, to be fair, but it's just very hard to know how the buy box is going to get shared until you actually jump on the listing. And it's, again, where it comes down to like having knowledge of this listing. You know, this is where replens come in. Like it might look like someone might look at this and go, well, you know, Amazon don't share the buy box much, but you may have experience on this listing and go, well, actually, when I'm on it, I get loads of sales. So it might look bad to someone else, but with my experience, I'm getting good sales here. So the next question is, can we actually buy this? So is it still in stock? We've got the listing here. We'll open up Cogita. And okay, here's the downside. It was this price earlier. And this is why you use Cogita price drops. So obviously this dropped in price down to £5.29. And that price is now gone. So this is why you need to be quick. This is why the advantage of being in a server of Cogita price drops is that when these price drops happen, you can get in, you can buy the stock before the price goes back up again. And you can see here, the price on this is now from Cogita is now £8.20 excluding VAT, which is probably about £9.99 or £10. So this one's kind of gone. Actually, I seem to actually recognize this listing now because I think my VA found this one and said, "Oh, this GTIN's wrong and is actually a sneaker," but it's fine. Anyway, so that deal was there, but it's no longer there anymore. So this is why you got to be quick on these deals on Cogita. And say using Cogita price drops, linking that in the description. By the way, you can get 25% off with my the first month with my code FBA Mogul, and you can get deals like this. And then you've basically made your first month back in like one deal, if not more. So let's have a look. Just quickly double check in the chat. What about influx of new sellers? The price looks like it's already dipping as the new sellers are coming on. Well, where are they getting the stock from though? So actually it's a good point actually. If you link up RB-Source to your seller amp here, you can scroll down and you can see here, it does this RB-Source reverse search. RB-Source reverse search. And you can see here, well, I'm sure this is not an extensive list. It's a pretty good list. You can see it. Boots is $12.99, Superdry $12.99. Latino $9.37. So if you're getting this for, what was the buy price, £5.30 or whatever it was, it's fine. I doubt any people are going to be getting at that price. So this is the great thing about these Cogita price drops is they tend to be temporary. And if you can clear the stock out, then no one's going to be able to compete with you on these. So as you can see, the price has gone back up on this. So yeah, it was say actually look, it's been this price for a while. Like, you know, this is the excluding VAT price, but there was a price dip down here. So you can see if you watch this, and again, Cogita price drops has a restock monitor, so you can put this in, put the price you're looking for, it'll alert you basically within like minutes of it coming back in stock. But yeah, it just shows you basically, how much money you can make with price drops. So yeah, that hopefully, and this stream is not necessarily about me finding deals for you now. It's more about explaining my thought processes behind how I look at deals and analyze them and everything that goes behind it. So well, I'm not saying I'm some sort of expert on this. It hopefully could help you guys. But it's a good point, MP. You actually bring up some good points there, to be fair. So yeah, buy box is sometimes useful to look at. I don't tend to look at it myself. And then yeah, you do have to look at this influx of new sellers 100%. And if this was a deal from Notino or a deal from Starvana or whatever, not that you should order from Starvana, I'd be highly concerned. The fact it's a deal from Cogita and it's a price drop means I'm not even remotely concerned about it. So, but yes, it's a good point though. So yeah, exactly. So and yeah, exactly. The lowest price is like above break even. So I mean, if Prep Center, 80p is probably break even, pretty much. So Excel is asking, and thanks for joining us by the way, Excel. Have you encountered similar IP parallel import claims where a product is genuine, has a different EAN on the invoice on the product, but the same product as the Amazon listing? So you're just talking about an IP claim essentially. So yeah, I've had IP claims before. You can fight them with an invoice, you'll be fine. So yeah. If the invoice has a different EAN, I see what you're saying now. Basically, it should be fine, and because what can happen is, and let me just go back to, I need to get better at maybe doing this. Okay, cool. So what can happen is sometimes a brand will release will have either different barcodes for different regions, even though it's the exact same product, or they might like do a new packaging, and essentially it's the same product, and maybe it's slightly tweaked or whatever, but the EAN's different. So if Amazon give you a hard time on that, that could be tricky. What I would actually do, if the EAN is different on the invoice, is I'd cover the EAN up. As long as they can see the title and it pretty much matches the product, you're good to go. So if the EAN doesn't match and it might work against you, I would actually cover that up on the invoice. So that's probably what I do there. Hopefully that helps on that one. Cool. Sorry, I'm a little bit rusty on the old live sourcing. It's been like 2 months since I've done this. Cool, so we'll get rid of that one anyway, and let's go and look and see if we can find another product. So here we can see potentially this is going to be an issue. I imagine this one on Cogita is going to be a 1-pack, and it is. So you've always got to be careful here that on Amazon we're looking at a 6-pack, and on Cogita we're looking at a 1-pack. So obviously if we multiply, and this is where Arbisource is trying to do its best at matching these products up. Like using images and stuff, and they've done a pretty good job, to be fair, obviously matching like that to that, but obviously it's not quite smart enough to realize this is a 6-pack. So if we multiply this price by 6, you know, we end up getting to like £30, and that's before VAT. So there's no money to be made on this. Just be aware, you know, when you're sourcing from Cogita, you need to be looking at essentially all that matters is the GTIN. That's the thing to go off. Don't look at the images. I mean, it can be useful just to check, but the GTIN is the main thing you should be looking at. Nothing else actually matters. So always double check the GTIN. Cool. So let's move on to the next one then. So how long are we live for? Just got back. I've been on since 8 o'clock, so 45 minutes. Arbisource match with 50ml to 100ml, which I ordered the wrong stuff. Yeah, you've always got to double check, and again, it comes with experience, guys. You've always got to double check the details, essentially. You know, is it the right size? Is it the right color? Is it, I don't know, what else can happen? Sometimes you get some mascaras where it's like one's waterproof, one's not waterproof. You get all these, and it might not seem like a big deal to me, being a guy who doesn't wear mascara, but for someone who wants a waterproof one, it might be a big deal. So you've always got to make sure to check the details on this one. And actually, oftentimes when you get a brand new VA, it takes them just a little while to realize like matching up products and making sure they're exactly the same. So, and sometimes it doesn't matter if it's just a packaging change, it's okay, but it comes down to your judgment on that point, you know, when it comes to that kind of thing. Let me just quickly open up, what was the EAN checker? There we go. So there's a few, let me just open these up quickly and go back to the talking head. So there's a few of these things we can look at, by the way. So before I buy on Cogita, I always copy this GTIN here, and I just double check to make sure what I'm buying matches. So we can put it into this one here. This is just called scanbot.io, and we'll find it. And we can see here it's the O'Keeffe's Working Hands Cream, and we can do it in EAN /search.org as well. So always double check, again, O'Keeffe's, you know, same thing. So always double check to make sure the EAN matches what you're looking at on Cogita. So, and by the way, guys, if you're not signed up to Cogita, which I'm sure you all have, there's a link in the description to sign up, and you can get £120 off your first order. It's £100 excluding VAT and £120 including VAT, and you can get that off your first order, which is pretty awesome. So let's have a look now. I guess Maybelline is yeah. So actually Maybelline, as well, as I mentioned, is actually, if you're already ungated on it, it's really good because new sellers are unable to ungate on this. So and ungating, by the way, means just unlocking that brand for you to sell. So yeah, Thomas, it happens. It's all good. We've all made that mistake of buying the wrong product and you get it, and it's it never works in your favor either. So yeah, so if it was the other way around, what would happen? It would obviously be very good. Same time, you probably send it in and someone would complain they wanted the smaller bottle. So so Thomas says, how many products are you usually selling alone at one time on Amazon? So I've been selling up to around, I'd say 300 SKUs, 300 products at the same time. And it's a nightmare to manage, I think, in terms of just staying on top of the prices and things like that, and readjusting things. And yeah, it can be a bit of a crazy thing to, sell that many, but at the same time, you can make a lot of money from it. So, and that's where a VA comes in. If you guys want to get a VA, by the way, Outsource Central, they're the best people to go for. Yeah, having an admin VA or someone who can help you keeping on top of all those products. But yeah, 300 or so. And if you want to go through the whole and analyze them and double check how they're all doing, it takes ages to do. Because essentially what I end up doing is exactly what I've just done with this Maybelline one. Is I go into the listing, And this is what happens on the products where maybe I've got too much stocks out there, or I just want to go through and analyze every product. I'll go and analyze it and see how it's progressing over time. How's the price trending? How's the sellers trending? How's the SPM trending? So when you're doing this kind of analysis on a 300 products, it's days of work. So which is why I had a software idea around this actually. So yeah, around doing that. But yeah, so anyway, let's move on and see if we can actually find a product. So this was a really good product, and obviously whoever bought it is going to make some really good money, or at least like, you know, well, they should. I don't know how many were in stock, but they should make some good money. It's not like you're making crazy profits on something that sells, you know, $11.99, but not $19.99. That'd be even better. You know, making £2 profit, but you know, this is the bread and butter stuff. This is the stuff you make. If you can get 100 of these, you made nearly £200 profit. So, which by the way is like 60, about 4 months of 3-4 months of cookie to price drops from one drop. So yeah, it just shows you how profitable this can be. Cool. Let's have a look at this Maybelline one then. Let me just tidy up my browser. So this one here again, what I'm looking at immediately, and let me just put the buy price in of £4.90 into here. So again, what am I looking at? What immediately stands out to me? 500 SPM. So it's come from the horse's mouth. Amazon's told me 500 SPM. That's cool. Another thing I've just noticed on the right hand side is as well, this is not done by FBA. The buy box is being given to someone who's not doing FBA. And actually they're doing FBM, and it's got a really bad delivery date as well. So yeah, that's kind of like a bit weird. So, you know, profit £1.50. Again, it's kind of like, that's profit's fine on something like this. Again, it's a volume game, this one, so you want to just get a decent number of these and sell decent volume. So, you're saying you got this product. Well, I think Maybelline's hard gated now, so give it a go, mate. Yeah, I think people are complaining about that. So anyway, so profit's looking pretty good. Let's actually go and have a look at the price now. So, okay, we can see here, looking at this is a 3-month view, by the way. Middle chart showing us that the SPM is pretty stable between 5 and 600. So, you know, maybe a little dip to 700 there, or dip increase to 700. So, you know, SPM's looking pretty good. Seller count's pretty stable, slightly trending down. Price, however, we can see here that the buy box has been $6.94, $5.99, and only recently has it gone up to like sort of $8.99, and then it's actually just had this like very short period of, you know, a week where it's gone up to like $11.99 or $9.86. So actually the history in the 3 months shows that this price actually that we're in right now is a really high price and not sustainable. We can check the year out and just see, I mean, even with a year, we can see that pretty much there are times where it has been like $9.99, £9.50, but most of the time, I'd say 80% of the time, this product lives, I mean, maybe 70% it lives around, you know, well, less than £8 or £9. So if we put that kind of like £8 price in, we can see we're at 44p. Now, it's not end of the world, but it's also been as low as like £6.94. So if we put like £7 in, we can see we're now losing money in this product. So this product I would be very careful with. I think this price right now that we're basing this on is, it's not sustainable. The only thing I would say is we can see here, looking at this year view, as more sellers came onto this listing, the price actually dropped down. And as sellers have come off, which is what has happened now, we're down to like, well, it went down all the way down to 5 sellers, and it's come up a little bit, is, you know, what normally happens. Sellers drop, seller count drops, price goes up. Simple, really. So, but this one here, I'd probably skip. I think this price is too high. So, but this is the analysis. So all look good, you know, at first and everything, but once you do the analysis, you look at the history, you realize that's a bit of a trap, this one. So you've got to be careful. So Thomas says paid $5.50 for it. So I would say get it returned or sent in, or yeah. Yeah, get rid of it basically. It's even at, say, at £4.90, it's not looking great. So $5.50. Yeah. So yeah. So Thomas is saying, invoices run getting. Should I title them brand date invoice? You can do if you want. I've never really bothered. I normally just do like Versace invoice, Maybelline invoice. Be fine. I don't know if they even pay attention to that kind of thing, but yeah. Let's have a look. Well, this is a different. Is it the same one? What's the EAN? 8729. So I did combine a few files for this. This one here, I think is going to be a single pack as well. So we'll skip that one. Okay, we've got one here potentially. Neutrogena. I'm not sure. Let me just get rid of this. If Neutrogena is a private label brand, I don't think it is. But yeah, we can see here again 200 SPM, 19.99 is looking pretty good. Our buy price is, according to to Arbisource, £9.02. So if we throw that in, apologies for jumping around, we're looking at £3.30 profit. And I'm just going to stand up. I've been sat all day, so give me 1 second while I stand up here and I try and stay up with the. You got the cool T-shirt there. I need to oil my boom arm here. Cool, right? So, where are we then? 200 SPM looking pretty good. £3.30 profit looking pretty good. 37% ROI pretty much looking pretty good. Neutrogena, I swear this is a brand you can't sell, but I could be totally wrong. Going down, let's have a look at the price. So again, we can see here, this is a very temporary from the 8th of February. The price has gone all the way up to £20, but in the whole of the 3 months, it's been around £13, £12, £15, £13. So a massive price increase on this one. You can see if we're selling it for 13, we're losing money at £1.45. So, SPM is pretty stable. Let's go to the year, and we can see it has these temporary price spikes for $19.99 that come around every now and then, maybe, but don't last very long. It spends 95% of the time at £13. So, again, you've got to watch out for these little traps here, guys. So, but these are the kind of mistakes I'm hoping you're going to avoid with my help. Cool, Max Factor is a good brand. Let's have a look at this one then. 200 SPM, another. God, we're getting some good products today in terms of the sales per month, which is awesome to see. So this one here is £5.55. Let's have a look. Put that in. So apparently I've had this one cheaper at £3.44 in the past. Let's have a look here. Same kind of thing, really. And you kind of see this, not rocket science, this. 200 SPM is looking good. Profit so far is looking okay, not amazing. Let's scroll down, look at the price history. $9.95 again is looking ridiculously high compared to the history, so pretty much no good. Looking at the year, we can see actually it does maybe live a little bit more, often at £9, £10, but pretty much too expensive, so we'll move on. So the quicker you can do this, the faster you can find the deals. So, how are you guys finding it so far anyway? You enjoying the stream? Let me know if you're learning. That's the main thing. Are you learning? Are you entertained? Are you entertained? Hopefully you guys are finding it interesting. I don't know what this is looking like on Instagram, where you've got the vertical screen, but hopefully you can still, get some benefit out of it anyway. So AK says UK strict to submit documents, sell brown, but they reject. To be fair, I think it was strict during Q4. I think it's better now. I apologise. I'm just going to move this boom arm up a bit. There we go. There we go. So I think I'm kind of done for sourcing. I know this is meant to be a sourcing session, but okay, that's annoying. The chat thing is like a global setting. That's annoying. Let me change it back to white. There we go. There we go. Cool. So I'll just stay on for a little bit more and do some Q&A. But I'm kind of tired of sourcing actually. So apologies for that. Unless you really want me to do some more sourcing, but you kind of get the idea, I guess. There are plenty of deals to be had. It's just going through and finding them essentially, and doing that kind of analysis that I've done really. So. But yeah, cool. If you guys got any more questions, let me know. Or if you just want to hang out and chat, that's all good as well. So I'm glad you're learning. So yeah, that's pretty much the process, the thought process that goes through my mind when I'm sourcing products. Essentially, most of it is using the history to figure out, to the best of my ability, how is the product going to react in the future. All we can use is the history to understand what the price and that kind of stuff is going to do for the future. And even then, it's an educated guess. You don't always get it right, but hopefully you keep improving over time. No, I'll stay on for a bit. I'm just sourcing. It does require a lot of energy, to be fair. So you have to use a brain to do it. So Thomas says, what camera am I using? It's an Sony A7S III. So it's a pretty decent camera, to be fair. So, but I didn't start off with that. I started off with a Sony A6500, which is still a decent camera, to be fair. And I've also got a ZV-10 as well, which I gave to my brother, so he can do his YouTube career. But I went for the big boy one. So, what lens is it? It's a 35mm lens, I think. I don't know. So Anon says, do you find daily deals on Kogita with invoices? Yes. I'll admit I've not sourced there a little while since Q4. I've been in Dubai in all of January, and I've been a bit slow to get back onto it, but I was always finding deals. Maybe not every day. So I tend to find that the beginning of the weeks were the best, but saying that, I always sometimes found some real bangers as well on Thursday, Friday. So there's no guarantee. I think the better deals do tend to skew towards the beginning of the week, but there are always deals available. So, and at least one, is available. So, there's plenty of deals on there. It's getting more competitive, don't get me wrong. If good deals come on there, they don't necessarily sit there for very long. But there are deals on there. So it doesn't matter my invoice has other brands on it. No, it makes no difference. You can just if you're ungating a particular brand, just highlight it for them. If you've got multiple brands on there, it doesn't matter if it's got other ones on there, though. You're all good to go. So Thomas says, I've been basing on my profits using the low periods just to understand. Yeah, exactly. So that's fine, to be fair. So if you're if you're using the low periods, that's fine. So if it's still profitable, you might be being too strict on yourself there potentially. So it's just understanding. Again, the low period, am I gonna lose crap loads of money in the low period, or I'm hopefully gonna break even or something like that, So how often you're in the low period as well. So again, it's almost like a percentage. Is how often does this product live at this lower price? Is it 30% of the time? Is it 20% of the time? So if it's 20% of the time, then you don't have maybe long to wait before it goes back up again. So it's all just a risk analysis essentially. Some products sell for say £5 and Amazon come in for 3 months at £1.20. It just vanishes. That is a risk. So again, you got to look at that history. Have Amazon got a history of coming on and absolutely killing the price? Because obviously Amazon get the best prices when they buy these things, and sometimes they're even willing to sell it for a loss, I think, just to get the customer on there. So you need to be careful and look at the history again. Did Amazon come onto this listing and kill the price? You can look at that. That's the whole point of looking at the history. So, and that chart I was using was Keeper. So, okay, I keep seeing Kogita advert on most of my YouTube adverts. I would say at least 5. Okay, interesting. I did not realize they were advertising on YouTube. Interesting. So I've got the ad blocking thing. Well, no, I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't see the adverts, but it's kind of interesting. So, are you on a Mac, Thomas? If you are, you just go to the markup section. If not, you can use Adobe or something. I'm sure there's ways to do it. But if you're on a Mac, it's easy. If you're on Windows, I don't know. Lost cause. I don't know. So let's have a look what's going on in the old Discord groups. So guys, if you're not in my Discord community, you want to learn how to do Amazon FBA, you're an existing Amazon seller, jump into it. It's free. So we all hang out. It's a really helpful community. We help each other answer questions. So Thomas, the best thing to do is throw that out the window and then buy a Mac. And then you'll be able to do it. But no, I'm not sure on Windows. And just Google it or ask ChatGPT. So I've got my first Twitch follower, apparently. That's pretty awesome. So I don't know how this kind of thing is going to do on Twitch and things like that. Anyway, it was just a friend of mine suggested I do multi-streaming. So I thought, well, why not? May as well. So, YouTube Premium. Exactly right. It's a business expense. It's a legitimate business expense. So at least that's what I tell HMRC. Apparently people have been killing on the Nvidia graphics cards. The 1590 apparently came out today. Not came out. So people are buying it today. Don't know what the profit margin on those are. Like 2,000 profit apparently. Maybe not. £1,000. Last time I bought a graphics card, though, someone tried to steal it off me. We ended up doing a tug of. I've told this story before. We ended up doing a tug of war in the street while he was trying to take it off me, and I was trying to stop him from stealing it from me. And that was the 3090. So yeah, that was a bit dodgy. And there was cars up. Even better, mate. Even better. Yeah, he might dent your computer, and then you can sue him for denting your computer. Yeah, Adobe Acrobat for Windows, PDF, may have to pay for it. Yeah, there's always free trials on Adobe, just don't forget to cancel them. Any free way, I'm pretty sure there's like free PDF things online where you can like edit them. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe I'll do a service where you can send it to my VA for £1, and then she'll highlight it for you. But yeah, so I actually did think about like, could I open my VA up to helping in some regard, but I don't know. Or yeah, something I was just thinking about. Oh, right now you've got my sourcing VA, by the way, in Quick Price Drops. I just let him loose in there, giving you all Quick deals for free. So that's all coming out of my pocket, just because I've not been utilizing him that much in sort of January. So I need to take him back soon, though. So, but yeah. So we've got a new user. Awesome. Thanks, Saint Man, if you're watching, for joining the Discord community. You're going to get new watches anytime. Work my way on the Rolex waitlist. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of watches I want. Yeah, my ultimate watch is the Rolex Pepsi Meteorite dial. So at some point I will buy that. I'll treat myself. Not now, but when I'm hopefully loaded, I'll treat myself to that one. What's in the background? Yeah, maybe I can get out of the way. You guys can hopefully see. You probably can't hear me very well, but I've got some Lego. I've got books, all sorts of fun stuff like that. So move that out of the way. No, let's just ruin the picture. Anyway, it was working. So yeah, there you go. Some Lego and stuff. Yeah. So I've got all space themed essentially. The shuttle, the lunar lander. I've got the space station. I can never point the right direction over there. A few bits and bobs like that. So yeah, do love a bit of Lego as well. I could change things on the camera, but I won't bother. I can get So the great thing about these cameras, you get the whole background can be blurred and I'm in focus. You can change the settings to do that, but I won't bother doing that. So yeah, Adobe does have some free stuff, so you can do that. Let's have a quick look here. How are we doing? 25 viewers so far. We had nearly 40 at one point. That's pretty awesome. So 22 concurrent viewers right now. That's awesome. 5 likes. So that's pretty awesome as well. So if you're enjoying the stream, by the way, give it a like. Leave me I guess you are already commenting, but yeah, that'll be help the old stream. Oh wow, someone sent me a screen shot of me on the camera on their phone, and I look all like weird. Been all squished. Oh, it was on Instagram. Okay, I think Instagram's fixed it. But yeah, any further questions, guys? Let me know about Amazon or anything really, if you want. I can answer those. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Just recommended this live by YouTube based on eBay. Oh, that's awesome to know that's happening. So yeah, this is we do have a few eBay sellers actually in the community, but we're mostly Amazon sellers. I think a lot of us actually probably started off on eBay and then moved into Amazon, just because Amazon's really good for sales volumes versus eBay. eBay's you can make some good money on the items, but doesn't have the same sales volume as Amazon. Amazon's got crazy sales volumes, but sometimes less profit. So it's a balance really, but gives you a more consistent business. So what's the highest amount of sales per month on Amazon? I'm no worries if not comfortable sharing. What do you? Oh, are you asking like what my revenue is? I've done in 1 month, or let me show you. Let me show you December for me. Obviously, December's Christmas, so screenshot this quickly. So this is my December. I'll just throw it on the screen. There we go. So I'll just screenshot that now. So not too bad really. And then my entire Q4, which actually wasn't as good as I wanted, but it was still okay. Let me get that up. Submit. So let me just delete that now. Oops, don't want to delete the... I will hide it. Okay, cool. And then this is my sort of Q4, so here we go. There we go. So it just gives you an idea. You know, I'm definitely not the biggest seller by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, for Q4, 350k revenue, 42k profit. I was clearing a lot of stock in the Q4 period, so it definitely hurt my. Normally, my ROI lives around 30-35%. I was definitely clearing some stock, taking advantage of those higher sales volumes in Christmas to to clear some stock. So it did hurt my ROI a little bit, but still happy with the end result. End of the day, all I care about is pounds in my pocket. So, you know, and realistically as well, I've got to take some costs off of that. That's like the gross profit essentially. So definitely got to take off some prep costs, things like that. Maybe take $5,000 off, things like that. But it gives you an idea anyway. And I'm by far not the biggest seller by far. So it does pretty awesome. So yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, look, check out the link in the description for this video. You can see I've got a free Discord community for Amazon FBA sellers and eBay sellers. You know, come and join it, and we can chat. Mate. It's all good. So as I say, it's free. Come and hang out. We've got a really welcoming community in there. So yeah, it's interesting that YouTube's recommended this to you. That's pretty awesome. We have just been doing some sourcing actually, but I'm quite tired, so I've just gone back to doing sort of a Q&A session now. So it was a clickbait title and thumbnail, but yeah. So you know, and I say there's people here, you know, doing bigger numbers than me, people that do small numbers. We're all on the same journey. I've obviously been doing this a lot longer than some people, but yeah, it's you know, we're all being sort of successful and making good money on Amazon. So yeah, it's good. And yeah, hopefully people can use my numbers as inspiration. So just like I did when I started Amazon, I saw people making 10, 15, 20k a month. I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'd love to do that. So yeah, and then I did it. So but yeah, so Ryan's saying I tried Amazon for a bit and got a good product manufactured in China, and it weighing too much and shipping kit. Yeah, exactly. You got to factor all, especially with private label, you got to factor all these things in. So mostly what I do and what I teach people, and what most of us doing here is doing what's called OA or RA, where we actually go into like the physical stores. So it sounds like you're in the USA. So where you go into Walmart, you buy from Walmart.com, and then you sell on Amazon. So you're doing that arbitrage model. And then, you know, so that's OA, RA, and obviously people do wholesale, which is where you're actually getting from wholesalers and selling on Amazon. And then finally private label, which is what you did there, where you're actually buying a product from China, either a generic product that you're branding yourself, or maybe you're getting it manufactured yourself, and then selling that on Amazon as well. So yeah, so the private label is a pretty good system, but yeah, it's a bit more complicated. Excuse me. Vaseline is done. Oh, ungate. Oh, Sally Hansen invoice submitted. Vaseline done. Nice. Yeah, keep going. Assuming you mean ungating. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, slow there, Brad, on that one. Yeah. It's a shame that the emoji doesn't come up. Oh, that's annoying. The emoji didn't work for me. So, yeah, that would be weird. Please don't do that. Save that for my OnlyFans channel, so which comes on after this. So Ryan says your products are housed at your warehouse house, though, right? No, Amazon, in Amazon, yeah. So all my products are in Amazon FBA in the warehouse. So that's the way I like it. So is that it all lives in Amazon, and then when someone buys it, it goes through Prime. The fact that it's in the Amazon warehouse means that it goes through Prime, which people, you know, they pay a premium price for Prime products. So in the UK, next day delivery. US, it's like 1 to 2 day delivery. So you don't have to do that. You can do FBM as well, so fulfilled by merchant if you want. So and often when you start as well, you often get things delivered to yourself, then you prep them, send them to Amazon. But yeah, it's all about the FBA. That's really what the whole thing's about. Just because obviously Amazon can, you know, they can sell 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 your products a day. You know, whereas you couldn't pack those yourself. You'd be, you know, spending all day trying to pack them. Whereas Amazon's got the capacity to do millions of products every day. They can pick, pack, post 1 million products or more. So Flipping says, what brands are auto ungate? I've got a list in my Discord community. So go to that, go to useful info channel. And I think there's a list in there. I need to make that a command actually, so you can just do it. Apparently I can't sell with the ones I got. It's hard gated. What brand's that then, Thomas? So you need to so another thing you need to do as well, before you buy things, you need to check whether you can sell it or not. That's always a good thing. Put the ASIN into Amazon, add product, and see if you can sell it. Does it require ungating? Is it hard gated? That's another thing you look at. Don't do it once you get the product. It's all part of the product research. So Ryan says, so if you go and find things at a local store, you ship it to Amazon. Yes, yeah. You don't have to. You can. Let's say you buy something from Walmart. If you want to get that money back really quickly, you could do FBM, so fulfilled by merchant, and then sell it on Amazon where you are shipping it. You can do that fine. If you've got 1 or 2 products, sure, you can do that. If it's a bulky item, tends to be cheaper to do it yourself. Or you can send it to Amazon if you want as well, and then it will sit in the Amazon warehouse. But you can do both. It's up to you, really. So both are viable options. If you end up buying 1,000 items from Walmart, okay, unlikely, but let's say you buy it online, that can happen quite easily. You get 1,000 items. You don't need to be doing that yourself. So that's a good time where you send it on into Amazon in one box and let them deal with all the shipping to individual customers. Yeah, FBA easier, saves a lot of time. Yeah, exactly. So, in some cases, when things are bigger and bulkier, FBMing them does make more sense, 100%, if you've got the capacity to do it. And the inclination, which I certainly don't. So, yeah. So Thomas thought I did check. Rom and others. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Might just be the odd one then. So Ryan's definitely enjoyed the Discord. Thank you very much. Do come and join. It is mostly UK, but you still plenty to learn. We can help you with the USA as well. But yeah, get back in selling. It's awesome, mate. I think Amazon FBA is the best business, really. But doing like the OA model, because the private label is good, and I've actually talked about the pros and cons of it a little bit before. But one massive con is when it's your own brand, like no one knows about it, so you got to pay for advertising, and it's like a whole nother kettle of fish trying to figure out how to get people to buy it. One of the advantages of Amazon is like if you sell something like Nike, for example, you don't have to do any advertising. Everyone knows what Nike is; they're going to buy it. So that's why I kind of love Amazon. You can build a business like almost overnight if you got the stock and the capital, and sell a lot of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, with the existing brands though. But private label is a good longer term solution. We've definitely got some good private label people in my Discord community. So MTC saying, you still sourcing Cogito or sourcing direct from wholesalers? I'll be doing both, mate. Yeah, I'll be doing both Cogito and wholesalers. So actually this week, to be honest, I've been mainly focusing on leveling up the Discord community. So implementing those weekly giveaway things. I've lined up like 4 more weeks of giveaways. In fact, 5 more actually, I think. Which is awesome. So every week there's going to be a new giveaway. So, and this week RB Source is giving away 6 months worth of free memberships to 3 lucky winners. I think the first place is 3 months, second place is 2 months, third place is 1 month. So make sure you get entering that. I've been just like leveling up the server a little bit. I've been looking at getting a YouTube coach as well. He actually jumped in and said hello. So I want to improve the YouTube, the content that's coming out there. So my main focus right now, as well as doing wholesale, is also trying to level up the YouTube and that kind of thing, and the Discord community, giving more value to you guys, making better videos. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. So that's what I've been focused on really. So Ryan saying, he's okay, cool. I missed that bit. Sorry, yeah, Ryan, software engineer for day job. Love saying things online. So I was a software engineer, by the way. I was a Ruby developer. I did that for 6-7 years or so, and I quit my job to do Amazon FBA. Well, not specifically. I quit my job to do a business, and then fell into Amazon FBA. So, yeah, my background is software engineering. So, yeah, what languages do you program in? So I'm a Ruby man myself, or I was anyway. So a bit rusty now. So Thomas, what you've been doing? Vaseline now, Wet and Wild. Yeah, I'm getting worried. But yeah, so yeah, it's good to see you've got a few more people joining, which is awesome. So into the Discord community. Come on, 8K. What is it, 1 a.m. there now? You can stay up a bit longer. So, I understand 8K at night, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Have a good sleep. I slept well last night, but I kept having nightmares. It was really weird. I even put in the, so strange, where I actually remembered the nightmares as well. And I'd wake up with, and then I'd go back to sleep and have a different nightmare. It was really weird. Yeah. So if you want to know what I dreamed about, look at my Discord group. It was really weird. Yeah. So yeah, you're 4 hours ahead, aren't you? No, okay. Honestly, go to bed. It's fine. I'm going to be wrapping this up relatively soon anyway. I actually need to get some dinner. I've not had dinner yet. So Ryan says, do you help teach, or is there a course? No, hey, it's a course. No, mate. There's no. Well, okay. I've been threatening to make a course now for like 6 months, and I've still not done it. It's going to be a free course, by the way, so you're all good there. But no, I'm one of these crazy people that helps people for free. So it's all free. You can book a one-on-one call with me for free as well. At some point, I may do mentoring, but I've been resistant to kind of do the whole paid thing, really. So just kind of one of those crazy people who does it all for free. So no, there is no course right now. I'm in the middle of writing a guide. Again, it's all free. So yeah. Yeah, at some point, people do ask me all the time for mentoring. Right now, I've just been reluctant to do it. So it's just, but yeah. So MTT says, can you create a channel in Discord where leads are posted for OA? I mean, I could do. I think I did have one in the past. I've always been a little bit reluctant to turn the server into a kind of leads place. If people want to post leads, that's cool. But yeah, it's just, I want it to be more of a community rather than any kind of thing providing leads. Because there's loads of great servers out there like Profit Suite that do that already. But I can always potentially create one where if people want to post leads. I think we did have one in the past, but it was a bit empty. So I kind of culled it. But Ryan's saying, sounds good. Like I said, love to chat at some point. Absolutely, mate. We can you can book a free one-on-one call with me. We can have a chat then if you want. I can help you with Amazon. I've got limited experience in USA, but I can help with some of it. So, but yeah, my experience in USA is limited. But there's some things I can definitely help with. So yeah, most of the people in here are in the Discord community who come watch me blab on screen about Amazon. And yeah, we have a good time, to be honest. So yeah, it's a really good community, to be fair. That's the thing I'm most proud of, actually, is the Discord community and how friendly and helpful it is. So yeah, it's really awesome. You went to the prep center yet? 8K is asking. What do you mean? I go there. Well, I've been there 3 times now, I think. So yeah, it's my prep center. So it's pretty awesome. Warehouse Goblins, they're the guys that I use. So yeah, no problem, Ryan. There is a guide out there. It's mainly aimed at UK people for setting up the business and stuff. But yeah, it is. Yeah, mate. The link for the one-on-one is, there should be like an onboarding section now on there, which I've just created. But if you look on the left-hand side, it says one-on-one support. You can go there, and then you can book a call with me on Calendly. So you're good to go. It says 15 minutes, but oftentimes they go on for longer. Depends what else I've got going on in the day. But yeah, you can book a free call with me, no problem. Anyone who wants to book a free call with me, by the way, the link's in the Discord community. So if you want to get into Amazon, or you're an existing Amazon seller who wants to scale, you can book a free call with me. I can help you out. So yeah, it's all part of the service. So but yeah, how are we doing on the old? Yeah, we're doing pretty good on the views, actually. It's pretty good. I've still not eclipsed the views of the live stream with Taylor from Cogita. That was my probably best live stream. But yeah, I'm working on it. So, but yeah, that did the best in terms of live streams, in terms of views. So maybe I have to get her back on and answering some questions about Cogita. But yeah. It would be great to learn OA and A2A leads from you, please. So, sure. I mean, I don't share leads. You know, I do. I teach 99.9%. Actually, someone said, and then asked me today, like, can you tell me what wholesaler you use? I'm like, ugh. You know, firstly, I don't have a wholesaler. I'm trying to open an account with one, but I'll share 99.9% of all my knowledge. But like, where I specifically buy my stock from and what stock I sell, currently I won't share, but I've told you stuff I've sold in the past. So but yeah, I'll consider opening a channel there for OA leads, and we can see how it goes. And if people want to post some leads in there, obviously you need to remember there's 1,150 people in that community, not all active, to be fair. But yeah, so you need to be careful, but we could potentially look at something doing like that. Yeah, absolutely no problem. I'm always open to suggestions for the group, so on ways to improve it. But yeah, but I won't end up being a lead server. So I'll leave that to other people. So cool, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there, but I do thank you all for coming on and watching on all the different platforms. I think most of you are on YouTube, and but yeah, it was awesome to see the whole sort of live stream. I've even got like in-demand FBA joining and on Instagram. Yeah, it's good to see you guys on all the different platforms. It's been awesome. It's good to see the multi-stream, I think, worked. Now I've basically got to maintain like 5 different streaming platforms and channels. So awesome, Ryan. Awesome. Good. I'll see you on Friday then. Monday. Sorry, not Friday. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. And now I need to figure out